Hare Krishna. Magyantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamahim Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Vashyuta Padakam Shri Varan Vaishnav Vamscha. Shri Rupam Sakrijatam Sadhana Tugunatham Nitampam Sajiv. Sadhavaitam Savadhi. Harijana Sangam Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sangam Dashra Vishakham Vitamsha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shantanadi Paschatya Deshatari Namo Mahavadanyam Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namini Gaur Krishna. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagapate Gopeshta Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Tapta Kanchan Gauram Vira Devi Nishwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Vansha Kalpataru Bhishya Kripa Sindhu Bheva Patitanam Vaishnavebhyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashanti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna. So welcome all devotees for the Bhagavad Gita discussion. We are doing our 11th chapter. So last time we did 10th chapter, last section, and 11th chapter, first 5 verses. So some devotees may share what we discussed last time from 10th chapter, last part, and 11th chapter, first 5 verses. After Krishna ended speaking in 10th chapter, almost last verse 42. So last few verses somebody can tell, especially 39 onwards. Till 38 was the examples. 39 to 42, and then first to 5 in 11th chapter. Who wants to start?
Prabhu, not this time because last time I was traveling, so I had no concentration. I am yet to see the video, which I'll be seeing tonight only.
Okay.
It's like in Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like Krishna in chapter number 39, after telling to Arjuna all the opulences, Krishna says that I am the generating seed, especially in 39, that I am the generating seed of all existence. Everything comes from me. And
You got muted. Yeah.
Overall now, all his opulences. And then we see that in
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So Krishna says that anything that has come or anything that looks opulent, extraordinary opulent, should be considered as opulence, like that is coming from me. And in purport, I think we have seen that anything extraordinary opulent should be considered as an opulence of Krishna. And then we saw that how Srila Prabhupada is concluding in the chapter in his purport in Bhagavad Gita 10.42 that the Lord is all pervading by the expansion of his partial representations, and that is like through super soul he enters into everything, and pure devotees therefore concentrate their minds in devotional service. They don't go to these opulences. So Therefore, they are always situated in transcendental position. So we were discussing that how is this form Krishna is showing for outside people, and devotees are interested in devotional service. They do devotional service, and in that everything is already covered. And therefore, in this chapter, that devotional service and worship to Krishna are indicated in verses number 8 to 11, which is a Chatushloki Bhagavad, and that is what devotees focus on more. And the other verses are mainly for other people whose focus may be different or they are not directly connected to Krishna.
Yes. I think this was the last verse we discussed, 42, na?
Yeah, it's 10.42. I could not take notes of 40 and 41 actually, and um, here, but I remember that in 41, like in purport, Prabhupada says that these opulences, when we say that they are transcendental, so this is these examples is given to Arjuna to pacify his inquisitiveness, that he wanted to know that how Krishna exhibits everything. So then Krishna is saying these opulences so that he may remain pacified.
Yeah, basically he says to speak about the opulences for the sake of, again, common people, like that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody want to share from 11th chapter? Or yeah, in 10th chapter, if you are having anything to say, you can speak. Otherwise, 11th chapter. Yes, Bhakti Leela.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, in 11th chapter, we discussed the universal form of the Lord. First, few shloka we have covered 5 shloka, where we gave the heading, first shloka, where we gave the heading of by your mercy, my illusion, means Arjuna said, my illusion has been dispelled. So here, why this illusion is dispelled? Why this Arjuna said like that? Because Arjuna, before that, Arjuna is dealing with Krishna with a friendliness. But now Arjuna knows he is the source of everything. That's why. And here Arjuna requested Lord Krishna that for his universal form. And main theme is ki Arjuna desiring to see the Virat form of the Lord. Then we discussed the commentary of Baldev Vidyabhushan. We saw the 2 types of bewilderment. The first, just for the common people, they are asking, means Arjuna, no, first for the common people, and second is Arjuna thinking that he was in that Yoga Maya, Lord is the source of everything. And then Arjuna said, I am accepting your form, but how the others can accept? So that's why you show the universal form. So
Yeah,
Arjuna,
3 reasons actually we discussed why
third is
Krishna was asked.
Arjuna's.
Yeah, yeah. So you can repeat, Matav, like what are the 3 reasons?
First is ki I may have accept your form, but how the others can accept your universal form. Then second is the audience is the common people,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
And the third one was the Arjuna is convinced Krishna is the source of everything and he is the cause of all causes.
Okay, I will repeat what we discussed. Third purpose, that was first is in order to convince others, correct. Second is to see how Krishna is acting from within the universe. That was second reason. To see how Krishna is controlling all the universes, all the living entities are sheltered in him. And then third reason was Krishna also understands that Arjuna wants to see, because to set a criteria for the people in future who may say that I am also God. So they should not just say that I am God, they should be able to see universal form. So to set a criteria that anybody wants to say that I am God, they should show universal form. So these 3 reasons we discussed
That
actually.
was in 11.3 we have discussed, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay, okay. You are sharing from
I was
previous one.
telling 11.1. Then
Oh, okay,
second,
okay, okay. 11.1. Okay. Okay.
Second
Yes,
sloka
yes.
was Arjuna said, I have heard from you. Then here we discuss the one word Arjuna referring to Lord Kamalapatra Aksha. Kamalapatra Aksha. The two eyes are long and reddish, and the tip like lotus petal, and their beauty is intensified. You describe that word. And again, another quality that is avyayam, inexhaustible. So Arjuna, in short, Arjuna spoken about his glories. And now
Yeah,
in
somebody else can share. Yeah. Yeah. Third, we discussed already. Yeah, fourth verse and fifth verse. Fourth verse, somebody want to share what we discussed? One important principle was discussed. Yeah, Manuel, let's go.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, in the fourth verse, Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show the universal form. And here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that it is not possible to understand Krishna because of our limited material senses. And a very important statement was made by Prabhupada that where it is, just a second. Living entity, it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. That only by the mercy of the Lord we can understand him, not by our own mental speculation or by our own effort. So that important point was mentioned in the fourth verse.
Yeah. Okay. Fifth verse, somebody wants to share what we discussed? Yeah, Dupali Mataji, want to share?
Prabhu, I was absent last time.
Okay. Who else? Isha Mataji, you want to share? Fifth verse, what we discussed?
Usually I was not there in last class.
Okay. Yeah. I think last time many devotees missed. Only 9 or 10 were there. Yeah, Arun Pro.
We understood in 11.5 that in the first three verses Arjun says that he shows his gratitude that he gave the knowledge, Krishna gave the knowledge, and then in 11.5 verse he requests Krishna accepts the Arjuna's request and then says that I am giving you the vision to see, and not just it's not a material vision, not material eyes to see, but also the subtle eyes that that Krishna gives him to see. But we saw that how this subtle eyes may not be transcendent. It may not be transcendental in the sense that in this case, because Krishna is giving to Arjun, therefore he is able to see. Otherwise, sometimes uh, some yogi or some people by austerities may develop such thing, but they may not be able to see Krishna. And then here the word Shastrani is showing the Mahavishnu form that with thousand heads, thousand eyes and feet refers to Mahavishnu form. And then Krishna says that along this Virat Roop, first he gives the vision to see Virat Roop and then also the vision to see Kala Roop. So, but as of now, he is seeing Soumya Roop. That is what you asked, that which is the form now. So it was Soumya Roop initially, and then Krishna is giving special vision. So this universal form is real but temporary. That was like philosophy we saw that it's real but temporary. It's not permanent because then Krishna withdraws it, and yogi meditates on this universal form and then Paramatma form, and they take it as goal. But we saw that how devotee is not able to see this universal form, and even they do not desire. But because Krishna is asking Arjuna, requesting him, therefore Krishna is showing this form to him. Otherwise, it is not the goal of a devotee to see this universal form. This is what I remember, Guruji, and I've written.
Yeah, that yogi can see, I mean, it's exactly, I don't remember what we discussed, but I'll clarify that yogi, through his austerity or practice of jnana and yoga, trying to see the universal form, it happens only by the bhakti element in that. Actually, one verse will come in the end of this chapter that there is no path, there is no method of yoga or jnana or austerity by which one can see this universal form. Only those who are devotees can see this form. That verse will come. So basically, what we discussed was that it's only possible by bhakti or the element of bhakti which is present in the path of yoga or jnana, like that. Okay, so that is the meaning.
Yes, thank you, Guruji.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for sharing. Yeah, so then we'll continue from the sixth verse. Anybody has any questions? What we discussed last time, we didn't take any questions. If anybody has any questions, we can discuss. Otherwise, we'll go to sixth verse. Yeah, Aruntu, you have a question or raised hand previously?
Sorry,
Okay.
I forgot
Yeah,
to.
yeah, Yamuna, you can ask.
Sorry, Praja, I have a question from the previous chapter, and it's verse
Yes,
number
yes. Yeah.
38.
Oh.
So, the question, Praja, I have is in one of the in this verse number 38, it is mentioned of secret things I am silence, and here Prabhupada is writing in the purport, silence is most important because by silence one can make progress very quickly. So the question came to my mind, how silence can help one to make progress or spiritually, or how it helps. So that was my question, really.
Yeah, some internet issue. Yes, bro, please. Continue.
Sorry, Praji. The question which I am having here, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that silence is most important because by silence one can make progress very quickly. So how one can make progress? Like, what is it like exactly? What Prabhupada is trying to explain here? I could not understand.
कंप्यूटर वाईफाई में नहीं कनेक्टेड है
Hare Krishna, devotees, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
आई थिंक प्रभु जी
Yeah,
का
it's connection issue from this side.
Hare Krishna. Is it audible?
Yes, Praji, I think we lost your connection.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what is the issue. Okay, yeah, you can continue your question.
So, Prabhuji, in this verse number 38, it is mentioned that Prabhupada writes in the purport, silence is most important because by silence one can make progress very quickly. So I want to understand what exactly Prabhupada wants to explain here. How one can make progress by silence.
Okay, see what Prabhupada mentioning in that little bit of detail is there in the purport of Baldev Vidyabhushan. Okay, I will show that purport, you can read. It's considered next to meditation, that's why. Okay. Yeah, please read this 30th purport here.
In relation to
Yeah,
those who
not
punish,
all required. Yeah, here from here.
I am silence, meditating among hearing, deliberation, and meditating Guyanam. It is better than hearing and deliberation because it is not separated from the final goal of realization as the other items are. Note, first comes hearing, then contemplation, then meditation, and then realization of God. Meditation is next to the realization. In relation to those with knowledge of matter and spirit, I am their knowledge of those matters.
Okay, here this much is the answer. Basically, there are 4 stages of realization. First is mentioned here, hearing. Okay, so hearing. And second is deliberation or contemplation, second step. Okay, Shravanam. So the third stage is silence, which comes next to the realization, which is the fourth step. Okay. So just because it is next to realization or it's closest to the realization, so meditation is considered the best among the first three. Okay. So contemplation is better than hearing because it comes after contemplation. It's the next stage. And meditation is better than contemplation because it comes after contemplation. Okay. And realization is the best because it's the ultimate goal. It's fourth stage. Okay. So that's why among the first three, that is a path of the process. Among the first three process, meditation is best, silence is best. Is it okay?
Oh, yes, Priya. So silence here, it refers to meditation, which is.
Meditation is to be done silently. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. When we do japa, also japa is meditation in the sense that japa is supposed to be done audibly for oneself or whisper like that. It's not to be done loudly. Loudly is Sankirtan. Okay, so that's why silence is also equivalent to meditation, and japa is meditation. Okay, like that.
Thank you.
Next. Okay, so we will go to our PPT. And from sixth verse, we'll continue. So, as last verse it was told, we discussed one important principle here. Those who missed can see that the word Divya is used here. So the Prabhupada's translation for the word Divya, as we discussed, is here is the word Divya. Divyani is divine. Okay. The Divya is divine and it's related to the word Deva or Devata, demigods. Okay. So demigods don't have spiritual vision completely. They are not fully pure devotees. Okay. So we will discuss more detail about this in 8th verse. But just to repeat what we discussed last time, divine, we should not take it as transcendental or spiritual. Okay, generally Prabhupada uses the word transcendental as spiritual, many of the places. But here divine is more related to that which is subtle compared to the human gross eye, basically. Okay, it's divine, basically, yeah. So understand there are three levels. One is the first level is the charma chakshu. Charma chakshu means that which is awarded to, or which is charma means the skin. So the eye, gross eye, which the human beings have. Okay, so the charm chakshu is given for the humans on the earth. And then there is a higher vision, which is called the divine or divya. Okay. So this is material. And then divine, there is divya chakshu. This is given for the devatas, demigods. Okay. And then there is a higher vision, which all of us know. This is transcendental vision or spiritual vision. Okay. It's called also prema chakshu. Okay. So this is eyes of love, which we say this is given to pure devotees to see the two-handed form of Lord. Okay. The relishable form which they have in their mind. It may be four-handed form also, but in the context of Arjuna, it is two-handed form. We'll see in detail later. So this is in increasing order of spiritual quantity. Okay. So first is completely materials, third is completely spiritual, and in between is mixture of material and spiritual. Okay. That is for the devatas. They are not pure devotees. Okay. So we will discuss more about this. Okay. So this is in summary what we are going to discuss. Sixth verse. Pashya adityan vasun rudran Ashvinau marutastatha bahuni adrishta purvani pasyascharya bharata. So now Arjuna has requested Krishna that if you consider me qualified, kindly show your universal form, that form which is Aishwaram Rupam, as the third or fourth verse said. Aishwaram Rupam, correct? Yeah, third verse. Aishwaram Purushottama, that universal form, please show the form of Aishwarya, that is made up of opulences, divine opulences, basically. So please show me that form. So why did Arjuna have such a desire? We discussed in the last verse of the previous chapter. Krishna said, Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat. Okay, so it just by a fraction of my opulence, this whole material world is manifest. So Arjuna had a desire to see this form by which the whole material world is manifest just by his fraction. What is that form? So now Krishna is going to speak about this form, okay, and then give him the eyes to see the form and then show the form, okay. So yeah, somebody can read the translation. Kishore Vyaspa, please read.
Oh, best of Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumars, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before.
Yeah, thank you. So Pashya, what you see? Pashya means to see what? Aditya, Vasu, Rudra, Ashwini, Ashwini Kumaras basically, Maruts, and Bahuni Adrishta Purvani. So this is the important phrase. Okay, Prabhupada will also highlight in the purport. Why it is important? Because Adrishta Purvani means not seen before. Okay, so not seen before means it was not seen by anyone earlier, the way I have showed it to you. Okay, so it's not that this form was never manifested before. Like in Shrimad Bhagavatam also, when we read the second canto, chapter 6, the Purusha Shukta. Okay, Purusha Shukta confirm, that chapter is there. So there also the universal form is described. Okay, and the same description almost is there of the universal form. Obviously, here there is no description that the Satyaloka is the head or the Patala is the leg, all that soul. That description is not here so much, but in essence, it is the same description. So it's not that this form was never manifested before, but it was not manifested in this context of a war field. Okay, just like I'll give one example, which I heard from senior devotee. So, like suppose there is a train which comes to the railway station, and you have some of your friend coming, okay, in that train. So when you go to the station and pick up, and then you return, and then next day you meet another of your friend, then you ask who all came in the train. So you will say, somebody A Prabhu came, B Prabhu came, C Mataji came. These three people came. So then your friend knows that what you're talking about. He will not ask whether that train came for these three people only or what. Were there no other people in the train? He won't ask like that. He knows whom you are talking about, that there were many other people, but these three people came. But suppose there are some other group of people also in the train. And if they go and receive those people, and if their friends ask, they will ask, okay, who all came in the train? They will tell, okay, X person came, Y person came, Z person came. So he also knows there are many other people who came in the train, but he will not tell about ABC. These three devotees came. They will not say. Even though they came in the same train, but the context of discussion is different. The train is same. Okay, so the Vishwarup Darshan is same in many places, but the context of the discussion matters. Here the context of discussion is the war field and what is going to be shown to Arjuna. So what will be seen to Arjuna? Arjuna will see that the opposite armies are all killed. Okay, and what he wanted to see, the opulences of the Lord. So the context of discussion for Bhagavatam is different. There Brahmaji saw some form. Okay, then discussion of the Duryodhana seeing the universal form is different. There the context are different. Okay, so Lord showed the universal form there also. And for Mother Yashoda also Lord Krishna has shown the universal form. But there he did not show this form. So all these forms are similar or same, but the context of discussion is different, so the description is different. Okay, based on the context of discussion. Okay, so we can understand from this example that how it is different. Okay, even though the whole train is same, but when we ask different people who all came, they say no, these all people came. It's not that the whole train was left for only 3 people. Okay, and there was a whole other train was empty. Not like that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, basically in this verse, Krishna is saying that see the various manifestations. Okay, yeah, please read.
Even though Arjuna was a personal friend of Krishna and the most advanced of the learned men, it was not still possible for him to know everything about Krishna.
Yeah, so devotees try to know Krishna to the best of their possibility, but it will not be possible to know all of Krishna's plans and all of Krishna's personality, because Krishna himself doesn't know himself. He himself comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to know himself. Okay, so there are so many verses explaining about this. We'll not go in detail. So if you want, you can refer the second canto of 9th chapter, where there is discussion between Brahmaji and Krishna. Okay, there he discusses how the Lord cannot be known by anyone completely. Okay, so one can know, just like the example given, Prabhupada gives many times, the birds can fly to the height to which they are qualified. Similarly, the devotees can know Krishna to the extent they are qualified by devotion. Okay, the more devotion they have, the more they can know Krishna. Okay, like that. Yeah. 7th verse. Ihaikastham jagat kritsnam pashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanyad drashtum ichhasi. Anuradha Mataji, please read.
Arjuna, whatever you wish to behold at once in this body of mine, this universal form can show you whatever.
Your voice is very faint, Mataji, not able to hear properly. Others are
Is it
able to
okay,
hear.
Ramchan? Oh, Arjuna,
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah,
wish to see, behold at once. Is it okay?
yeah.
Okay, Ramchan? Oh, Arjuna,
Yes.
whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine, this universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see, and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving, here completely in one place.
Yeah. So iha ek, in this one place, ekastham. In this one place, what is the Jagat Krishnam? Krishnam is entirely, completely like that. So this whole Jagat is there complete in its own complete sense. Okay. It's present. Okay. Mama Deha Gudakesha, in my body. Okay. And then what you see, Pashya, Adyasa Characharam. You see Adya. Immediately you see what? That which is moving and non-moving. All these things are there. Yat cha, and what else? Okay. Anyat, other. Okay. You wish to see. Ichhasi drashtu. What Arjuna wants to see? Anybody knows? Can somebody guess what Arjuna wants to see?
Which is not seen by anyone.
Yeah. Somebody to. Which is not seen that he wants to see.
Yeah. Unseen part he wants to.
Yeah. Okay. Something else. Yamuna, let's.
Prabhuji, as we discussed at the beginning of this chapter, all the vibhutis in a physical form.
Yeah, that he wants to see now. That he wants to see now. But here the question is what you want to see in future,
In the future.
not now. In future. Now he wants to see, as both of you told, this vibhutis in yourself. In future, what he wants to see.
Two-handed form.
Yeah, 200 form is right answer, but not what I'm looking for here. Yeah, here some other meaning is there. Future. Okay, anybody else want to guess?
One which he wishes to.
What is that? What he wishes to?
One which he wishes to, like Ichhashi, that Drishtam Ichhashi.
That is universal form only. That he is wanting to see now. Question is what he wants to see in future. Yeah, Prasanna Gopal bro.
Yes, guessing Prabhuji, he maybe want to see what is going to happen with his brothers and spiritual masters.
Brothers,
Like
which brothers?
on Kurukshetra, the all Duryodhana and all the army, and the Bhishma Dev and the Krupacharya, all other people gathered in the Kurukshetra, he might want to see what is going to happen to them.
Yeah, that's told in the future in one of the purports. It will come. So he's going to ask for, basically he wants to see who is going to win. If you remember, second chapter, it came that I don't know whether I will win or lose. Okay. Jayema, that word came. If you search, you will get. So whether we'll be we'll be losing or defeated, that he wants to see in future. So that will be shown to him now only. That actually all these armies are going to get destroyed. All the opposite army will be destroyed. Okay. So he wants to see in future the result of the war. Result of the Mahabharata war. That will be shown now only. That everybody is killed already. Nimitta matra bhava sabhasachi. Just become an instrument like that. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please read.
No one can see the entire universe by sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientists cannot see what is going on in other parts of the universe. But a devotee like Arjuna can see everything that exists in any part of the universe. Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to
Yeah. Yeah. So by mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see. So what is that mercy? Next verse is going to describe. Natumam sakya shedrashtum aneneva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshu pasya me yogam aishwaram. So this is in reply to verse, if I remember right, it's 4. Yeah, where he asked that if you think myself qualified, manya se yadi tat shakyam. Yeah, verse 4. So if you consider me qualified, then please show me that universal form. So in reply to the verse 4 now, Lord is saying that, okay, what he's saying, Prasanna Gopal, please read.
But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence.
Yeah, so in reply to verse 4, he is saying, okay, so if you wish to be qualified, then I give you divine eyes. Okay, so now question is whether Arjuna's status is getting upgraded or degraded here, accepting these eyes.
Upgraded.
What proof?
Upgraded. Getting divine eyes.
He is getting divine eyes. Okay. Yes, Amyamana, let's prove.
Degraded project. Because already Krishna, Arjuna is seeing the Somya form of the Lord. And degraded, I'm not saying that Arjuna is degrading, but in terms of the vision, it is degraded because Arjuna is already seeing the Somya form of the Lord, which is better, not better, but it is personal, direct form of the Lord compared to the Virat form of the Lord. In that sense, Prabhuji.
Okay, so basically you are saying Arjuna is falling down.
No, Prabhuji, as I said, not Arjuna is falling down. In terms of vision, I'm telling.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, let's see what others have to say. One vote for upgraded, one vote for degraded. Let's see. Elections are coming now. Let's see what final. Anybody else want to vote? Is Arjuna getting upgradation here or degradation of vision? Okay, we have tie. Okay, nobody wants to say. Okay. Yeah, actually we discussed previously in the verse 5. slide. Yeah, so there are three types of eyes. So first is Charma Chakshu, which is human beings have. The second is divine eyes, which the Devatas have. Okay, and third is spiritual eyes, which pure devotees have. So surely here Arjuna has spiritual eyes. Okay, that is Prema Chakshu. Okay, so this is the case of Arjuna currently, by which he is seeing the Soumya form, two-handed form of Krishna, and he relishing the sweetness in Sakhyaras. Now he is given the Devata's vision. So he is going from 3 to 2. Okay, so Arjuna is actually having a degradation of vision. Okay, and he is going to get now divine eyes. Okay, and he is going to get the vision of Devatas. So if you remember, Devatas many times go to Lord Vishnu and pray. So they see the form of the Lord, which now Arjuna is going to see, and they will appreciate. They appreciate such form. Okay, and Arjuna is not going to appreciate for a reason that we will see later. But just understand that actually he is getting a degradation of vision. Okay, that he is going to get the eyes of Devatas from pure devotee. Okay, so coming back to our slide now. Yeah, many times we have seen that this is not understood properly. The whole 11th chapter discussed, but many times the students don't get the understanding that whether the Arjuna is getting a higher vision or a lower vision. So because many times they think, oh, divine, yeah, divine means what? Arjuna had normal eyes, now he's getting divine eyes. It's like you must have seen somebody seeing 3D movie. So it's like divine eyes. So Arjuna is going to get such divine eyes by which he can see a 3D movie in which there will be two forms which he will see. One is the Virat Roop. Okay. And then also he is going to see the Kala Roop, as we discussed earlier. So these both he will see through which eyes? Through the divine eyes, Divyam. Dadami Te Chakshu, Divya Chakshu. Okay. So this Divya Chakshu will show him these two things. Okay. What is Virat Roop? Virat Roop is like a photograph. So if you remember, if you know, earlier movies before 60s or 70s, the movies were like, or the cartoons, they were like different pictures are there, and then you have the reel and then rotate the reel, then it looks like a movie. Correct. So Virat Roop is like the still frame, the still frame. And then Virat Roop, the still frame you put into the machine and then you rotate it, it becomes Kal Roop. Okay. So that is the point here. So Kal Roop is going to be shown later from the verse 20 onwards. Okay, and now currently what is going to be shown is Virat Roop. So that is like still frame in which he will not see anything moving. Okay, but both will be seen through Divya Chakshu. Okay, Divya Chakshu. This he will be required for that. Okay, and what is required to see the two-handed form? For seeing two-handed form is Divya Chakshu required or Prem Chakshu? Prem Chakshu is required because that is pure devotee's vision. Okay. Yeah. So, but Devatas are able to appreciate this form, but not Arjuna. Arjuna is not able to appreciate this form. Why? We will see in the purport. Yeah, please read.
Arjuna should not think that this is some form caused by the magical trick or material illusion. For the purpose of giving him faith that the form which contains this whole universe is Satchidananda, he speaks this verse. By your material eyes, anima, anena.
Okay, just
You
one
cannot see.
clarification. Just one clarification. If you remember last time we discussed that material, this universal form is not material, but it is it's temporary form. Okay, but now here it is told that this is Satchidanand. Correct. This word Satchidanand is used. Satchidanand means eternal, right? Sat. Sat aspect means eternal. Okay. So what is the line? For the purpose of giving him faith that the form which contains this universe is Satchidanand, he speaks this verse. Okay. So here basically the talk is about Krishna's form. Okay. Which is going to show the universal form. Okay. So universal form is a temporary form. Okay. But at the same time, it is not equivalent to Krishna's Satchidananda form. And this universal form is temporary. But it's not false or illusory, as first line says. If you see the first line, so it's not illusory. It's not an illusion. It's not like magic show. Okay, like if you remember, Duryodhana, when he saw the universal form, what he thought of it as? He thought of it as magical trick or material illusion. Okay, because he doesn't have any devotion. But the case of Arjuna or devotees is not like that. For Arjuna or devotees, so the universal form is not illusion. It's temporary, and it's not false, and it's not illusory. Okay, that is the understanding. Yes, Prabhu.
By your material eyes, you cannot see me. You cannot see my purely spiritual form. Therefore, I give you divine, divyam eyes. See with those divine eyes. By letting him see with those eyes, the Lord's intention was to give a little astonishment to Arjuna, who was thinking himself to be material person.
Yeah, so Arjuna is thinking himself to a material person. Why? He is under Yogamaya. If you remember when we began this seventh chapter, so that time I described that Arjuna is put into the Yogamaya by Krishna. Although he is pure devotee, he is asking such questions. Okay, and then when Vishwanath Chadaguri is writing here materialize, he doesn't mean the material eyes which is charm chakshu of human being, but he means that he is considering himself to be material, but actually he is having spiritual eyes. Okay, how do we know? He will clarify in the next slide. Okay, it's actually spiritual eyes. Yeah, please read.
Actually, because he is the principal associate of the Lord, and therefore previously had appeared as a Nara along with the Narayana avatar. Arjuna does not have material eyes like the ordinary material persons.
Yeah, so it's
What is the
clarified,
logic
right?
in giving?
Say, just 1 minute. Yeah, it's clarified that he does not have material eyes like ordinary persons. So even though the previous slide says by your material eyes, we have to understand it by a statement which is mentioned later that actually it is spiritual eyes. Arjuna is thinking it like this. Yeah, please read.
What is the logic in giving spiritual eyes to Arjuna in order to see the mere expansion of the Lord? When that same Arjuna with his very eyes directly realizes the sweetness of his Lord. But on the other hand, it can be said that the superior eye, which sees only the great sweetness of Krishna's human pastimes, as in case of the Ananya Bhakta, does not at all accept the glories of Lord's pastimes performed with the Devatas, Deva Leela.
Yeah, so this is very, very important. These 3 points are important. So here is clearly mentioned that how that the eyes which Arjuna is getting now is something which is lower. Okay. So Arjuna, first point is he is a principal associate of the Lord, like Nara Narayana. Correct? We know. So he is the same person who is Nara, Shaktiavish avatar of the Lord. And also he is the eternal associate of the Lord as a Sakhyaras devotee in Dwarka, like that. So along with the Naranarayana, he is coming. So he is understood to not have materialized. He cannot have materialized. Okay. So that is first point. Then second is that then why it said in the verse that okay, he was given divine eyes in the 7th verse we read, right? Not 7, this verse only, right? Yeah, Divyam Dadami Te Chakshu. I am giving you the divine eyes. What is the purpose of saying that? So Vishwanath Chakra is saying, giving spiritual eyes to Arjuna. Okay, spiritual means here we understand it as divine. Okay, this is not spiritual of pure devotee. This is divine, something which is beyond the human eye. That is divine here. In order to see a mere expansion of the Lord, when that same Arjuna with his eyes, what is his eyes? His very eyes are spiritual, that is pure devotees' eyes. Okay, he realizes sweetness of the Lord. He's already seeing the sweetness. So question is, okay, he is already able to see the sweetness of the Lord. So what is the purpose of giving him divine eyes? So that is a rhetoric question. So he's asking, okay, on the other hand, it can be said the superior eye. What is superior eye? That is spiritual eye, the prema chakshu. Okay, the third degree, which we discussed in verse 5. Okay, the third level, pure devotee's eye, which sees only the great sweetness. What is the great sweetness of Krishna's human pastimes? The two-handed form. Okay, this two-handed form, he already is seeing. Saumya Rupa. as in the case of Ananya Bhakta, does not at all accept the glories of Lord's pastime performed with Devatas. So what is the form which is accepted by Devatas? That is the universal form which is seen by the divine eyes. Okay, so this is the way to understand this purpose. Okay, so the spiritual eyes and divine eyes are like the second grade. Okay, so he is saying that, okay, the Arjuna has been given eyes, but it's not upgradation. It's something which is brought down to show him the universal form, to show him the thousand-handed or multi-handed form, multi-eyed form. Okay, because he already relishing spiritual. So one analogy will be given here. Yes, please continue. Please.
One who has tasted the juice of the white lotus cannot relish the sugar candy with his tongue. Thus the Lord
Yes. So
wanting
just
to
this example is given. We may not understand this example what it means because we have never tasted such kind of things. So we can understand it by, like, suppose you have tasted a rasamalai, okay, and then after that you get a peda or some other sweet which is not so sweet. So if you take rasmalai and then take a rasgulla or take a peda, what taste you will feel of the second item? You will feel that it's not sweet at all. You will feel it is fika. बहुत फीका है. So one who has tasted the juice of the white lotus, okay, which may be like nectar, okay, because this is not seeming like the white lotus of this material world. It is like the white lotus of the spiritual world. It seems like that. Okay, so one who has tasted the juice of the white lotus or rasmalai cannot relish the sugar candy like that. You will feel, oh, it doesn't have any taste. It's tasteless like that. So what is white lotus compared to here? It's two-handed form. Okay. But one who has tasted a two-handed form, how can he relish the universal form? That is the point. Yes, please read. Right?
thus the Lord wanting to show the majestic nature of his pastimes with the Devatas, Devalila, in order to cause the astonishments in Arjuna, who had requested just that, gave to Arjuna non-human eyes suitable for seeing Devalila Divya, majestic in quality. The intention of giving such eyes will be explained at the end of this chapter.
Yeah, so it will come at the end. But yeah, very important point that he is going to show the majestic nature of his pastimes because that's what was requested. He wanted to see the vibhutis at one place, all vibhutis in one place. Ekastham. So he is going to see that, but that's not possible to see with the transcendental or spiritual eyes. So that requires what? It requires Deva Leela eyes, or it requires the divine eyes, basically. Okay. To see that form. Non-human. Human eyes means charm chakshu or gross eyes, which we have. Okay. But he's asking for something which is higher. That is the second level, second category. Okay. Yeah. Please read. 1 minute.
Intent on
Just 1 minute. There is some repetition here. Yeah, please read here.
from start, or it should be.
Yeah, where I take one here.
It should be understood, however, that though Krishna gave celestial eyes to Arjuna, he did not give him celestial mind.
Yeah.
If he gave that type of mind to Arjuna, Arjuna would take pleasure in that celestial form. Some say that universal form with the 1,000 heads is superior to the form of Krishna as the chariot driver of Arjuna, and thus Krishna had to give Arjuna different eyes to see that universal form. This idea is repeated later.
Okay, so 2 points are there here. This is first point. This second point we'll discuss. So first point, Baldev Vidyabhushan makes brilliant point here. Actually, this is from Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary only, but Vishwanath Chakravarti has mentioned it at the end of the whole chapter, somewhere around 51st, 52nd verse. So he has told you here on. Okay, so what is the point? This is very, very important point. So it says that it should be understood that though Krishna gave celestial eyes, what do you mean of celestial eyes? Divine eyes. Okay. Celestial, if all of you know, then it's something related to Devata. Okay. And he did not give you a celestial mind. Celestial mind, who has the Devatas have celestial mind. So having that celestial mind, the Devatas rejoice seeing the universal form. Okay. But Arjuna still has the pure devotee's mind. Okay, he has pure devotee's mind still. But what he has now? He has the eyes of Devatas. So this is the Arjuna's composition. Now, the Devatas have divine mind plus divine eyes. This is their composition. Okay, divine mind means celestial mind and celestial eyes, and they rejoice the universal form. Okay, universal form is rejoiced, rejoice, or they enjoy seeing it or praying to it. But Arjuna's problem is that he has pure devotee's mind. Means that mind which desires which form? Which form pure devotee desires?
Two-handed form, Sham Sundar form.
Yeah, two-handed form. He desires two-handed form. And what is his eyes now? Devta's eyes. By this he can see universal form, but he wants to see two-handed form. That is Arjuna's predicament. So universal form is fearful for him, or he is wondering of seeing the universal form. Okay, he is not able to rejoice that form. That is the point. Okay, is this point clear? Anybody has question on this point? First point. It's very, very important. If you don't understand this, then this chapter cannot be understood. Yeah, Yamuna last.
Prabhuji, just a question. If the spiritual vision is superior to divine vision or the Devata vision, then because Arjuna is a pure devotee, so he should be able to see the Virat form also with the same vision, right? Why he need a divine vision?
Yeah, yeah. See, divine vision doesn't mean it includes the universe. It's sorry, spiritual eyes doesn't mean it includes the divine eyes. Okay, what example we can give? Okay, yeah. See, suppose somebody is in Vatsalya Bhav. Okay, she or he sees the Krishna as child, even though he's grown up. They see him as child and they reciprocate with him as a child and they try to protect the child. Now, just because Madhurya Rasa is higher than Vatsalya doesn't mean they will also see him as a child. You're getting the point, and they will try to protect in that way. So being in higher rasa or higher level doesn't always include the lower thing. Okay. Dasya bhav may be there in all rasas, but what I'm saying is the emotion may not be always same. The emotion with which the Devatas see is different. The emotions which the Arjuna is having is different. That is the point. Okay. Higher doesn't always include lower in all cases. Like that. Okay.
Yes.
Any
Okay.
other question? Yes, Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have
Just
a
1
question.
minute. I will just come back in 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I'll take question. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yes, Mataji, you were asking a question.
I have a question from this slide also and from the previous slide of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also.
What is the previous slide?
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji. There you mentioned, I mean, the line was mentioned, Arjuna is a devotee. I
Where?
already had some.
Here or previous
No,
to this?
I think there's some other slide. Yeah, this one.
Hmm.
The second paragraph that says, Prabhuji, what is the logic in giving spiritual eyes to Arjuna? When he, because he was a devotee, he already had spiritual eyes.
Hmm.
So what was the need to give him a divine eyes?
Yeah, that's what I told. No? This question from the opposite party. They are asking, okay, you are saying that he was given some divine eyes, which is higher. So that's what he's asking. So I explained that higher doesn't always include the lower in this context. Okay, it's not like somebody is in 10th standard, so he has passed 9th standard, that is right. But here it's not like that. Because everybody who becomes a devotee doesn't have to go through accepting celestial eyes. First he will have human eyes, then he will get divine eyes, then he will get pure devotee eye. It doesn't happen like that. Okay. So human being directly gets the spiritual eyes. He doesn't have to go through this process that going to divine eye, then after that going to spiritual eye, not like that. So somebody has spiritual eye may not have the divine vision, which is required for the devatas to see. So that's why the spiritual eyes doesn't include divine eye. That is the point.
So divine eyes belong to devatas and spiritual eyes belong to pure devotees. That is what you're saying, Prabhuji?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, okay. What I was understanding so far was that because Arjuna was representing a common man, that is why he was given spiritual eyes. Otherwise, he already had it, but it's just a play, you can say, or a drama where Krishna is giving him divine eyes, so that he is telling everybody, if Krishna wants to bless us with his mercy, then we can also get that spiritual eyes to see Krishna's both forms, two-handed forms also, and this universal form also. Was my understanding right, Prabhuji, or is
No,
it?
that is true for a common man who is not devotee. But for a devotee, he doesn't want to see the universal form first of all. But a common man may want to see because he want to understand how is Krishna God. So if suppose any one of us are asked, okay, how do you want to put faith in Krishna that he is God? If I show to you the Krishna, the universal form, you will believe him as God. So yeah, so it's not required for a devotee to put faith in that way. They put faith in Krishna as God because scriptures say like that. But a common man, they will not be able to accept if they don't have faith in scriptures. They will accept only if they see something which is like universal and everything is being eaten and like that. They may put faith in Krishna then that okay, yeah, he is God. Common man, that may be true, but for devotees, they can understand Krishna as God by study of scriptures. And Arjuna already is a pure devotee. Just specifically about Arjuna is being discussed now here. So Arjuna, for him, the spiritual eyes already are there. So for him, it has to be brought down to divine eyes for him. But for a common person to see, first he has to accept from the human eye to the divine eyes. That has to be upgraded. Yeah.
And if you go to the second slide where Baldevidya Bhushan is speaking, I was just thinking, what's the purpose, Prabhuji, behind this? Na? I mean, purpose as in ki, why Krishna has given divine eyes only to the devatas and spiritual eyes to devotees. Why can't he give both the eyes to devotees? Because devotees are anyway above demigods.
Yeah, you are asking about devotees means demigods or pure devotees?
I am asking here, Prabhuji, because Arjuna was a devotee. So devotees are above everybody, even above demigods also. So in that way, Arjuna should have both kind of eyes, na? Divine also and spiritual also. Why?
Yeah. Yeah,
has
that's
given
what I'm
divine
saying.
only to the Devatas.
That's what I'm saying. Divine eyes means he will see the universal form, which he doesn't want to see, because if we don't relish the, like suppose mother may be there and his son may be prime minister. Now somebody may say that, oh, why does the mother not want to see prime minister even though he is son in the office, that setup? Why does she not rejoice seeing his son in that office setup? Why does she rejoice seeing the son at home only? She should be ready to rejoice both. Na? Both are his sons, right? Like that. So it's something like that, if you're able to understand. Arjuna is loving Krishna's two-handed form. He doesn't love the thousand-handed form. So why Arjuna doesn't love thousand-handed form? That is his personality. Nobody can enforce love. No, no, you love two-handed form. You must also love the lower form. Somebody may not love form of Narsimha. Somebody may not love the form of Varaha. They may love form of other form of the Lord. That's why we cannot enforce. No? Why somebody loving Ram only, like that. So like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't say, Murari Gupta, why you love Ram only? Why don't you love me? Obviously he loves Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why don't you love Krishna? Like that. So you're getting the point. So what to speak of thousand-handed form and two-handed form? Even in two-handed form, Murari Gupta is saying, I don't love Krishna, I love only Ram. So it's a personality. So we cannot say, no, no, Krishna is highest, he should also love Ram. No? And somebody loves Ram, he should also love Narsimha, Vamana, everybody. No, it's not like that always. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji, can we compare this divine and spiritual with Aishwarya and a Madhurya Bhav? Like we say, being Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we are supposed to be, or we are naturally attracted most with the Madhurya Ras. That is why we are supposed to develop our affection for the Rajendra Nandan and not for the Dwarka Krishna. So can this become, I mean, just for my understanding, if I relate like that, is it okay?
Yeah, later it will come that
No.
this 200 form is a form of Madhurya. Madhurya, not that Madhurya Rasa, but for sweet form. Okay, it's not
Sweet.
Vikral. Sweetness. We are describing about sweetness. So there are four rasas in which the form is sweet. Like it may be Madhurya Ras, it may be Vatsalya Ras in Vraja, or it may be Sakhya Ras in Vraja, or it may be Dasya Ras in Vraja. These are four having the object of Krishna as sweet form, two-handed form. Okay, that's what here transcendental or spiritual means. But when it comes to divine, it is not sweet form. It's Vikral. Vikral word will be used in Bhagavad Gita later, which is ferocious form. So that's enjoyed by the Devatas, ferocious form, like that.
Is it different from Aishwarya Roop, Prabhuji?
Yeah, it's
Vikral is
Aishwarya
a
only.
different
Aishwarya. No, no. Third verse, if you see the
Aishwarya.
word, Aishwarya Rupam, Aishwaram Rupam, he is saying Aishwaram
Yes, Aishwaryam
Purushottamam.
Purushottamam. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that represents the opulent form. The vibhutis are seen in this. So vibhutis means extraordinary opulence. So all that is seen in this. So it's Aishwarya form. Correct.
Okay, Prabhu. So here what I'm able to conclude now is spiritual eyes means to see the sweet form of the Lord. And divine eyes means to see, basically they are given to see these opulent or the opulent form of the Lord, right?
Correct. Correct. Opulent form.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Please read. Who was reading?
Yes, I am ready.
Yes, please.
The pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with two hands. Devotee must see his universal form by his grace, not with the mind, but with spiritual eyes. To see the universal form of Krishna, Arjuna is told not to change his mind, but his vision.
Yeah, so now the two sentences become more clear after we have read Baldev Vidyabhushan's commentary. Otherwise, we would not have understood what is Prabhupada meaning when he's saying this sentence. So he says that a devotee must see his universal form by his grace. Correct? Okay, that fourth was mentioned that, okay, by your grace I can see. And then Prabhupada said, not with the mind, but with the spiritual eyes. So we may not have understood, okay, we would have thought, yeah, we should not try to see by our speculative mind some form of Lord. We would have thought like that. But actually what Prabhupada is meaning here is, this mind is spiritual mind. Okay. So by our spiritual minds, if we have, one cannot appreciate Krishna, sorry, universal form. Okay. but with spiritual eyes. Now he's saying. So see this universal form by spiritual eyes. So this spiritual eyes actually here means divine eyes. Okay. This is not meaning the spiritual eyes of Arjuna. Why? We'll see further. Prabhupada will explain. Yeah. Please read.
The universal form of Krishna is not very important. That will be clear in the subsequent verses. Yet, because Arjuna wanted to see it, the Lord gives him the particular vision required to see that universal form. Devotees who are correctly situated in the transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by loving features, not by the godly display of opulences. The playmates of Krishna, the friends of Krishna, and parents of Krishna never want Krishna to show his opulences. They are so immersed in pure love that they do not even know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In their loving exchange, they forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the boys who play with Krishna are all highly pious souls, and after many, many births, they are able to play with Krishna. Such boys do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They take him as a personal friend.
Yeah, so Prabhupada is quoting one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Anybody knows what is this verse? The friends of Krishna are highly pious souls, and after many, many births, they are able to play with Krishna. Very famous verse. So Prabhupada quotes many times this verse.
Is it mentioned also here as Prabhuji? 10, 12, 11?
Where? I
I mean,
think
in
it's there in the, yeah, it's coming here.
purport only. Yeah.
Yeah, here is. So here he's saying that Krita Punya Punja. If you see Prabhupada lectures, many times he quotes this phrase, Krita Punya Punja. They are played for, sorry, they have accumulated all the pious, yeah, many, many pious activities they have done in the past, like the past lives. Yes, please read. Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute. Just I wanted to explain further. So here, one very important thing is they are so immersed in pure love that they do not even know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. I think we have many instances like Krishna when he pulled down the two trees, okay, the Arjuna trees. But nobody was ready to accept that Krishna was the one who did. Even though he lifted the Govardhan hill or he showed the universe in the mouth. So nobody in Vrindavan actually believes that Krishna is God. Okay. But outside Vrindavan, everybody is aware that Krishna is God, whether it is Mathura or Dwarka, and they have reverence for Vaikuntha. Okay. So they have reverence that Krishna is God, and they have most of them have Dasya Bhav. So how is it possible in Vrindavan to have Sakhya Bhav or understand that Krishna is my equal and they climb on the shoulder of Krishna, they defeat Krishna? So like that, how is it possible? Because they are having this attitude, okay, that they forget that Krishna is Supreme Godhead. How do they forget? Under the influence of Yoga Maya. Now somebody may ask, oh Prabhuji, why this Yoga Maya doesn't act in Dwarka or Mathura? Is it not there? Is it absent? Yoga Maya is absent in Vrindavan? Sorry, in Mathura and Dwarka? No, it's not absent. Just like Mahamaya doesn't act on anyone unless somebody wants it to act. Just because the living entity desired that we want to enjoy material world, Mahamaya is acting on them. So when somebody wants to enjoy with Krishna in the attitude of not considering Krishna as God, then Yoga Maya covers, making him forget that Krishna is God. Okay, so Yoga Maya is not enforced on anyone. Mahamaya also not enforced on anyone. It was our desire that we wanted to enjoy separate from Krishna. So Yoga Maya, sorry, the Mahamaya covers. And when we want to see Krishna not as God, and we want to have a relationship with him in the form of Saksharas, play with him as an equal, or one who is not God, or want to love him as a son or a child. So Vatsal Bhav, or Madhurya, love him as a friend. So in the Madhurya Ras, okay. So then Yogmaya covers the person. Okay, that happens only in Vraja. That they are forgetting Krishna is God. So where is the reference for this? This is explained in Raghavartam Chandrika by Vishwanath Chakravarti. Okay, those who have can read it. Okay, like that. Okay, please continue.
The fact is that the devotee is not concerned with seeing Vishwarupa, the universal form, but Arjuna wanted to see it to substantiate Krishna's statement, so that the in the future people would understand that Krishna not only theoretically or philosophically presented himself as the supreme, but actually presented himself as such to Arjuna. Arjuna must confirm this, because Arjuna is the beginning of the parampara system. Those who are actually interested in understanding the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna, and who follows in the footsteps of Arjuna, should understand that Krishna not only theoretically presented himself as the supreme, but actually revealed himself as the supreme.
Yeah. So this is about the universal form, that how Arjuna is a beginner of the parampara system. So he must confirm that that Krishna is Supreme Lord who showed the universal form. And that's why there are other Devtas also who saw it, this form. And they can also later say that, yeah, we also saw the universal form. It was not a dream of Arjuna. Arjuna was not the only one to see. We also saw. That will be explained later. Okay. Okay. So we completed this section. Now Sanjaya will describe the universal form from 9 to 31. Okay. So now the whole movie is going to start basically. So first pictures will be shown, and then the movie will be shown, Kalru. So these are just verses and not much purport is there. Whatever was there, we discussed as such till now. Okay. So we'll read through. Sanjay Uvacho Evamukva Tato Rajan Mahalogeshwaro Hari Darshayam Asha Parthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. Yeah. Okay. Jai Shri Radha Madhu, please read.
Sanjay said, O king, having spoken thus, the supreme lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form of Arjuna.
Yeah. So what form it was shown? Aishwaram. That is Aishwarya form. What universal form like that. Okay. So what is the form described as? Anekavaktram Nayanam, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divyabharanam, Divya Aneka Udyata Ayudham, Divyamalyambaradharam, Divyagandhanulepanam, Sarva Ascharyamayam Devam, Anantam Vishwatomukham. Ishamatu, please read.
Yes, sir. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All, uh, all was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, and all expanding.
Yeah. So this is a description of the universal form, which is explained by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. Okay, Sanjaya, how he could see. Prabhupada will write, it was by the mercy of Vyasadeva, it will come. So I'm not going to describing the shlokas because they are just description, but you can see later. Aneka word is used many times. What Vaktra means faces, mouths, Nayana, eyes, Adbhut Darshan, and Divya Abharanam is jewelries, and Ayudham. Okay, so Mala, Ambaradharam, Gandha, Anulepa, Ashcharyamayam Devam. Yeah, so these are many words used. We can see. Yes, please do.
In these two verses, the repeated use of word many indicates that there was no limit to the number of hands, mouths, leg, and other manifestation Arjuna was seeing. These manifestations were distributed throughout the universe, but by the grace of the Lord, Arjuna could see them while sitting in one place.
This was due to the inconceivable potency of Krishna.
Yeah, so where is the word many indicated many times in the verse?
Aneka.
Yeah, Aneka. And where is the word indicated that they were distributed throughout the universe?
Vishwata Mukham, all pervading.
Yeah, they were Vishwato Mukham. They all
Anantam.
pervading.
Anantam,
Yeah, Anantam is here. Probably.
unlimited.
No limit. Anantam.
No limit.
Yeah, could see them while sitting in one place. Okay. Sarvashcharyamayam. Okay. So it was very wonderful like that. Okay. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapad Yukthita Yadi Bhaha Shadrishi Sa Syad Bhasas Tasya Mahatmanah. Nuthan Patru, please read.
If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form.
Yeah. Please read.
Commentary. So what Arjuna saw was indescribable, yet Sanjaya is trying to give mental picture of that great revelation to Dhritarashtra. Neither Sanjaya nor Dhritarashtra was present, but Sanjaya, by the grace of Vyas, could see whatever happened. Thus, he now compares the situation as far as it can be understood to an imaginable phenomenon, that is thousands of suns.
Yeah, so yeah, one point is that Sanjaya nor Dhritarashtra was present. As we discussed earlier, Sanjaya came back on the 10th day. Earlier we discussed he was there till 9 days, and then 10th back he came back, 10th day, and then he was describing these all things what happened in the battlefield. So he is describing to Dhritarashtra, but by the mercy of Vyas, he is able to see the universal form. Okay, and now he compares the situation as far as it can be understood to an imaginable phenomena. For whom? For the common people. Not that it was imaginary or illusory. It was not imaginary, but we have to imagine, just like sometimes in our description of the Shastra, suppose the universe is being described. So it says that, okay, there is a Bhumandala, and then in between the Bhumandala, there is a Meru mountain. It is like inverted cone, and then sun rotates around it like this. Okay, so like the description is there. So one has to imagine, right? Okay, how is this? And then draw a pictorial thing. Similarly, now when Sanjay is describing, so one has to imagine the description. Not that the whole thing is imaginary. That is the meaning of this word. Okay, it's imaginable phenomena, not the form is imaginary. Okay, that will mean. Tatraikastham jagatkrishnam pravibhaktam anekadha apashya deva devasya sharire pandavastatha tada. Yeah, Mukund Padru, could you read in the next whatever verses? Very short purpose.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many thousands.
Yeah, so ekastham, as it was told earlier. Now again he is saying that tatra ekastham again. That same word is used. Jagat Krishnam, the whole world is seen. Okay. So where did this come up there? 7th? Yeah, 7th verse. If you see now, the same first line is almost used. Iha eka stham Jagat Krishnam. Same thing is used. So the whole world is here at one place. Okay. So now you please see that. Okay. And then what? Pravi Bhaktam Anekadha. It has been divided, although divided into many thousand. Okay. But you see all that in one place. Okay. Where is it situated? It's situated in Sarire Pandavastata. It's situated in the universal form. Okay. So universal form is not imaginary, as I told last time. We can be understanding it like it is real, but it is temporary. It's not a Sachidanand form. The example we can understand through is, suppose somebody takes various vegetables and makes a map of India. or let's say the map of the world. So he makes India, and then there is Australia, and there may be other countries, and then there is USA, suppose, okay, North America, South America. He makes all that, okay. And then he says, okay, what is the distance between India and Australia? Oh, yes, 4 meters. So is the distance between India and Australia 4 meters? No, but this whole map, what he has made, has some purpose. It has some, it's not imaginary. It's real. It has some purpose. But is it actual? No. The map is not actual. The globe is not actual. It has some purpose. Similarly, the Vishnu form has a purpose. What is the purpose? For the yogis to meditate, for the devtas to pray. But is it unreal? Is it illusory? Is it imaginary? No, it's not imaginary. It's not unreal. But it is not for the purpose of pure devotees. Okay, that is the point. So we have to understand in that way. So the ingredients may be something like the ingredients for the universal form is the matter, vibhutis of the Lord. Okay, the patal is the soul of the Lord. The satyaloka is the head of the Lord. All that imagination is there. The the whole vegetables which are put here and made the countries, they are all like kind of imaginary. It's not actual, but at the same time, it's not illusory. I hope this clarifies. Okay. Okay. Mm, yeah, please read.
The commentary was Srila Prabhupada. The word Tatra there is very significant. It indicates that both Arjuna and Krishna were sitting on the chariot when Arjuna saw the universal form. Others on the battlefield could not see this form because Krishna gave the vision only to Arjuna. Arjuna could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets. As we learn from Vedic scriptures, there are many universes and many planets. Some of them are made of earth, some are made of gold, some are made of jewel, some are very great and some are not so great, etc. Sitting on his chariot, Arjuna could see all these, but no one could understand what was going on between Arjuna and Krishna.
Yeah, so very clear. Krishna showed the form to Arjuna. Others on the battlefield could not see. Okay, who nobody else could see. Obviously, Sanjay is able to see by the mercy of Vyasadeva, but others could not see. But later Prabhupada will say some are able to see. Okay, some are able to see. Devotees able to see. Okay, that will explain later. Just keep in mind. Yeah, so just like we have a door which is written no entry. So does it mean that nobody can enter? No, qualified people can enter. Otherwise, they would have made a wall only there. Like we have a DT room here. So outside DT room, there is a door and it said no entry. No entry doesn't mean nobody enters. Some people enter. Okay. Yeah, that will mean. Okay. Arjuna could not see in the body of Krishna many thousand of planets. Okay. Arjuna is able to see all these thousands of planets. And like there are many universes. So in the universes, the whole structure of the universe is seen. Garbhodaksha Vishnu in that universe is seen. Then Bhumandala is seen. And like that, many universes are being seen. All that is explained. And then all are coming out of the force of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, sorry, Mahavishnu. And inside everyone, there is the Shirodaksha Vishnu and Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And then in the planets, who are the living entity, everything is being able to see. Okay, and what are the universes made up of? Some are made up of gold, some are made up of diamond, jewels, like that. Okay, some are made up of earth. So those who are on earth, they are thinking that gold is very valuable and we can have gold. And some are on the planet of gold, they are thinking on earth is very valuable and then we can have earth a little bit. So it's like that some temporary Maya is everybody engulfed in, like that. ततः स विस्मयाविष्टो हृष्टरोमा धनञ्जय प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं कृताञ्जलिरभासत. Yes, please read, Guruji.
Then bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, so Arjuna is having now Vismaya Rasa. So this is one of the secondary Rasa. Okay, Vismaya. Bhav. Okay, so that creates Adbhut Rasa. So Vishmay Bhava is the Sthai Bhava, which is there. And along with that, there are four more ingredients which are added that we'll study in detail in Bhakti Sam Sindhu. Four more ingredients are added. That is Vibhav, Anubhav, Sanchari Bhav, and Sattvic Bhav, like that. So these four ingredients will be added to the Sthai Bhav. Vismaya Bhav is the Sthai Bhav. And then that makes the Adbhut Rasa. Okay. So now Arjuna is experiencing this wonder. Prabhupada will say it as the wonder, rasa of wonder, or the astonishment, like that. Okay. Being overwhelmed with the wonder, like that. So, yes, please read.
Commentary by Baldev Vidyabhushan. Arjuna, who knew Krishna, then experienced the rasa of Adbhut astonishment on seeing at that time the form with thousand heads, which he understood actually existed within Krishna. Looking at Krishna, who had furnished this form, he spoke. Arjuna was conqueror of all the wealth, Dhananjaya, and thus very steady, but with hair standing on end, overcome with astonishment. After offering his respect to Krishna by touching his head to the earth, he spoke with folded hands. It is hinted that he did not cover up his eyes out of fear, but displayed openly great astonishment.
Yeah, so Arjuna did not cover his eyes out of fear, but he was having the wonder, the Adbhut Rasa. He was wondered or astonished, like that. Okay. And another point mentioned is he was very steady. He is called as Dhananjaya in this verse. Okay. And earlier verses he was called Gudakesha. Okay. Yeah, and very important point here. This you can see what is mentioned here. Baldev Vidyabhushan, he says that Arjuna, who knew Krishna, then experienced the rasa of Adbhuta. On seeing that time, the form with 1,000 heads. What is this form with 1,000 heads? This is the universal form, which he understood actually existed within Krishna. So this is the two-handed form of Krishna. And Arjuna is understanding that universal form is situated in the two-handed form, actually. Okay. It's coming from the two-handed form of Krishna. Krishna two-handed form is the basis of this. And later he will forget this after few verses because of astonishment. He will ask, who are you? Why have you come here? Okay, what is your purpose? All that things he will start asking because of wonder. Okay, because of also he will go into the mode of fear also later. Now he is having eyes open. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Srila Prabhupada's commentary. Once the divine vision is revealed, the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna changes immediately. Before, Krishna and Arjuna had a relationship based on friendship, but thereafter, the revelation, Arjuna is offering obeisances with great respect, and with folded hands, he is praying to Krishna, he is praising the universal form.
Yeah, so this happens outside Vrindavan. Okay, in Vrindavan, Yashoda Mai sees Krishna lifting Govardhan. She is Krishna's universe, showing the universe inside the mouth, but she forgets it, being covered by Yogmaya, and she considers Krishna as her darling, her child, like that again. And then she has the same Vatsalya. And sometimes when Krishna even shows the godly qualities, then they say, oh yeah, God is my son. For some very small fraction of time, they think like this. Yes, God is my son. And those who are in Madhurya, they think, yeah, uh, God is our lover. Those who are in Sakhya, they think, yeah, God is our friend. But if for a very small fraction of time. And then again, when they are covered, they forget that he is God, like that. Okay. So that is in the Vrindavan. But outside Vrindavan, when Mother Devaki, she saw in the Malla Yuddha, Krishna defeating Kamsa, then immediately her bhav changed. She was having Vatsalya bhav, and suddenly it changed, and then she is thinking, oh, Krishna is God. Oh, God, how can he be my son? And then if you read Bhagavatam, you will understand that how she is perplexed, that she has her Vatsalya falls down, and it becomes more of Aishwarya. She is covered by Aishwarya bhav. And but that never happens with Mother Yashoda. Okay, that is the bhav of Vrindavan, a special bhav of Vrindavan. Okay, and Dwarka, it is even more. The more Aishwarya is there. So the Ashwarai goes on increasing as we go from Vrindavan to Mathura, Mathura to Dwarka, and Dwarka to Vaikuntha, like that. So, and Madhurya, the sweetness, sweet aspect of the Lord's, not considering him as God, goes on reducing, like that. Okay. Yes, please read. Please.
He was not, of course, afraid. He was affected by the wonders of the Supreme Lord. The immediate context is wonder. His natural loving friendship was overwhelmed by wonder, and thus he reacted in this way.
Arjuna Uvacha Pashyami Devanstava Deva Dehe Sarvamstatha Bhuta Vishesha Sanghan Brahmanamisham Kamalasanatham Rishimscha Sarvan Uragamscha Divyan. Yeah, please read.
Arjuna said, My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower as well as Lord Shiva and all sages and divine serpents.
Yeah.
Prabhupada's commentary. Arjuna sees everything in the universe. Therefore, he sees Brahma, who is the first creature in the universe, and the celestial serpent upon which the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu lies in the lower regions of this universe. This snake bed is called Vasuki. There are also other snakes known as Vasuki. Arjuna can see from the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu up to the topmost part of the universe on the lotus flower planet where Brahma, the first creature of the universe, resides. That means that from the beginning to the end, everything could be seen by Arjuna, who was sitting in one place and on his chariot. This was possible by the grace of the Supreme Lord Krishna.
Yeah, so what is the Krishna, sorry, Arjuna able to see? He is seeing everything. Where in the universe, what is there in the universe? So everything from the Garbhodaksha Vishnu up to the topmost part of the universe. That is Satyaloka. The whole universe, as I told earlier. So from Garbhodaksha Vishnu lying down in the Garbhodak ocean till the topmost planet Satyaloka, everything is being seen by Arjuna. Okay. And obviously all Bhumandala in between, Meru, Parvata, all that. Everything is seen by Arjuna. And like that, many universes are able to see. And where is he seeing? All that he is seeing sitting in one place. Ekastham. So that's why this form was never seen earlier by anyone. Okay. So in this context, obviously, again I'm saying it's not that not seen by anyone, but in this context of the war field, but it's past, present, and future. It is seen, but not in this context of war field like that. Okay. Continue. Anek bahudara vaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvato anantarupam nantam na madhyam na punastavadim pashyami vishveshara vishwarupa. Please read.
O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many arms, bellies, mouth, and eyes. Expanded everywhere, without limit, I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Srila Prabhupada's commentary. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is unlimited. Thus, through him, everything could be seen.
Kirinam gadinam chakrinam cha tejo rashim sarvato diptimantam pashyami tvam dur niriksham samantad tipta nalarkadyutim aprameyam. Please read.
Okay. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence spreading on all sides, like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs.
Yeah, so if you remember earlier, it was told like it's thousands of suns rising together. So that is the form compared to. So this kind of explanation is called as utpreksha in Sanskrit. Utpreksha means it's trying to compare with something. It's not exactly that it's thousands of suns. It's something different than our normal vision. That's what they are trying to explain. It's not that if you bring out 1,000 suns, it will become universal form. Not like that. It's just trying to tell something that which is something very extraordinary. Okay, that is called utpreksha. Okay, that's not like exact number. Or sometimes you told, na, yeah, soul is like 1/10,000th part of the tip of hair. That's not exactly like that. Okay, soul cannot be measured. It's a spiritual entity, but it's utpreksha. It said that okay, yeah, it's very small. It's not visible through the eyes. Okay, not like that. It's 10,000 part of the tip of the hair. It's not like that actually. Exactly. Yeah. Tam aksharam paramam veditavyam tvam asya vishwasya param nidhanam tvam avyaya shashvat dharma gopta sanatanastvam purusho mato me. Yes, please.
You are the supreme primeval objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion.
Yeah. Focus purpose is not there for this. Is it there? Waiting for us?
No, in books also it's not there.
Not there. Yeah, yeah. Okay. We'll just read this. Yeah, please read.
Sri Baldev Vidyabhushan commentary. Seeing this inconceivable great power, I am convinced about you. That is the purport of this verse. You are to be known Veditavyam. This is described by the statement of the Vedas such as Athapara Yaya Tada Aksharam Adi Gamaye Yadyad Adrusham. The higher knowledge is that by which the indestructible Brahman is apprehended, which cannot seen Mundaka Upanishad 1.1.5. Described in the Vedas, you are known as the truth with all opulences, Paramam Aksharam. You are the shelter, Nidhanam. You are the indestructible, Avyayaha. You are the protector of Dharma spoken in the Vedas, Shashvat Dharma Gupta. You are alone are the ancient person, Sanatana Purusha, mentioned in the mantra Sakaranaha Karana Dipo Dipaha Na Chasya Chida Janita Na Chadipaha. He is the cause master of the senses. He has no lord or creator. Shweta Shwatar Upanishad 6.9.
अनादिमध्यम अनंत वीर्यम अनंत बाहुम शशिशूर्य नेत्रम पश्यामि त्वं दीप्तहुताशवक्त्रम स्वतेजसा विश्वमिदं तपन्तम. Yeah, please read.
You are without origin, middle, end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. There is no limit to the extent of six opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here and in many other places there is repetition, but according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not literary weakness. It is said that at a time of bewilderment or wonder or of great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flaw.
Yeah, that is not a flaw. So as we saw earlier also, Anek word was used many times, right? So Ananta Viryam, yeah. Here also some words maybe repeated. Ananta, like that. Okay, so like somebody may say, I love you so much. Now, so much, so it I will not require to tell only so. So, but it shows some extent of love, correct? Like that. Okay, 20th verse. Dya aparthi पृथिव्योर इदम अंतरम ही व्याप्तम व्याप्तम त्वयेकेन दिशश्च सर्वः दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपम् उग्रं तवेदं लोकत्रयं pravyathitam mahatman. Yes, please.
Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planet and all space. Between, O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed.
Hmm.
It is understood that now for seeing the war, the Devas, Asuras, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, and others who were friendly or neutral had gathered.
Yeah, so this is actually what we discussed earlier, that how can we understand that devatas are having this vision, they are able to see. Yeah, so these are the people who have of the higher planetary system, divine eyes. So they are able to see because they have such eyes. Okay, so they were friendly or neutral, but they are not opposing. Okay. So later it will explain those who are opposing cannot see this form like this. Okay, until unless they are given the eyes to see. Like Duryodhana was given the eyes to see. Okay, and Dhritarashtra at that time told, oh, what all of you are seeing, what all of you are seeing. So Krishna told, okay, you also take the eyes. And he gave the eyes to Dhritarashtra also. He also saw the form like that. Okay. So, but generally it's not seen by those who are opposing or those who are envious of the Lord. Devotees of the Lord means not pure devotees. I'm saying demigods, those who are mixed devotees, they can see this form. Yeah. Please read.
Baldev Vidyabhushan's commentary. Not only Arjuna was given celestial eyes, they also were given celestial eyes by the Lord to see this form. If only
Who are these
Arjuna,
this
these
here.
devatas,
These all Devatas, Asuras, Gandharvas. So Asuras also they are envious, but they are given here. Yeah.
if only Arjuna could see that form, it would have been like a sleeping person seeing chariots or other objects in a dream, while others could not see them. The Lord did this so that many others could witness his powers.
Yeah. So it should not be like a oh, Arjuna saw, maybe he was dreaming. Anyhow, he was already having weak hands and Gandhi was were dropping, and maybe he started dreaming also like that. No, but Lord had so many other people who were witness. Yeah, please read.
Prabhupada's commentary. Dhyava e Prithvivyo, the space between heaven and the earth, the Lokatrayam, the three worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna's seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield.
अमीहि त्वां शूरसङ्घा विशन्ति केचिद् भीता प्रगल्लयो गृह्णन्ति स्वस्तीति उक्त्वा महर्षिसिद्धसङ्गाः स्तुवन्ति त्वां स्तुतिभिः पुष्कलाभिः. Yes.
All the host of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts are hosts of great sages and perfected beings crying, all peace, are praying you by singing the Vedic hymns.
Yeah, so they are speaking. What they are speaking? Swasti iti. Swasti vachanam. Auspiciousness, peacefulness. Stuvanti. They are reciting Stuvanti. Dhyaya stuvams, like we sing. Shastri sandhyam. So stuvams, the hymns or the prayers we have like that. Okay. Yeah, please.
Prabhupada's commentary. The demigods in all planetary systems feared the terrific manifestation of the universal form and its glaring effulgence, and so prayed for protection.
Yeah. So they were also careful, but they pray for protection. Yeah. रुद्रादित्या वशयो ये च साध्या विश्वे अश्विनौ मर्तश्चोष्मपाश्च गन्धर्वयक्षासुरसिद्धसङ्गा वीक्षन्ते त्वां विस्मिताश्चैव सर्वे.
All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva and Adityas, the Vasus and Sadhyas, the Vishwe Devatas, The two Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, and the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in the wonder.
Yeah, so they are also having the Vismaya, but they are not into Adbhut Rasa because they don't have that Sthai Bhava and relationship with the Lord. That reciprocation they don't have, but they are having general wonder like that. Okay. So no purpose to that. Rupam Mahatte Bahuvatra Netram Mahabaho Bahurupadam Bahudaram Bahudamshtra Drishtva Loka Pravayatitas Tathaham. Yes.
O mighty Arm One, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form. With its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth, and as they are disturbed, so am I.
Yeah. So like that. Yeah, both are expressing disturbance. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, please read this.
This verse concludes the description of the three worlds being agitated on seeing the form. This form was ferocious Karalam with many teeth. The rest of the verse is clear. The last phrase Tatatam I also is connected to the next verse as the subject.
Yeah, so this is Karalam, this ferocious form. Okay. And I forgot to tell one thing. Here, 19th verse, we started. So, yeah, so this is the beginning of the description of not 19th, 20th verse. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the description of the Kala beginning from here. Kala means that form which is the Virat root with the time factor. Activated by time. So it's like the still frames and then put it into the film and then it rotates. So that becomes a moving movie, right? So it's become the movie. So that is called with description. So here you can see that it's moving. You are spread through the sky, the planets and all the spread. So great one, seeing this wondrous terrible form, all the planet systems are called out. Yeah, so here you see what is written in 10 verses. The Lord shows his form as time. So Baldev Bhushan clarifies that. Okay. So that is the form of time. Later also itself Kalo Asmi Bharatarshava Lokachaya Pravriddho. After Arjuna had attained fitness in disposition for seeing. What is the fitness? It's not physical fitness, it's about divine eyes. He did not go to any physio. Divine eyes. Okay. So that was yes. 24th. Yeah. So what is continuing is Kalo. Nabhasprisham diptam aneka varnam व्यात्तानं दीप्तविशालमित्रं दृष्ट्वा हि त्वां प्रव्यथितान् अन्तरात्मा धृतिं न विन्दामे समं च विष्णु. Yeah, please read.
O all pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouth and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind.
Yeah, so earlier he was said as Dhananjaya. He was steady. He was in equilibrium. But now he's saying I'm not able to again have steadiness like that. Yeah, please read.
Commentary by Baldev Vidyabhushan. Arjuna expresses his fitful state in two verses so that the Lord will withdraw this form. Seeing you, I have become mentally agitated with fear and do not attain satisfaction, dhritim, or peace, samam, O Vishnu. What is this form? It touches the sky, spreads into the antariksha, nabha sparsham, and has gaping mouth, vyathinam. The meaning of the rest of the words is clear. Here Arjuna expresses his rasa of fear caused by seeing the Lord's form as time.
Yeah, so now is the Bhayanak Rasa. Earlier it was Adbhut Rasa, as I told. Yeah, so now he has got into fear. So now he will start forgetting, oh, who are you? From where have you come? What is your purpose? All that he will skip. So now Adbhuta Rasa, which was astonishment, now is becoming the rasa of fear. This is the Bhayanak Rasa. So he is a friend only. Arjuna is in Sakhya Rasa only. But what has happened? The Sakhya Rasa has gone something within. Sakhya Rasa has gone something within. And now what is there on the top is the Adbhut Rasa or the Bhayanak Rasa. This is on the top. Okay, and then Sakhya Rasa is within now. Okay, it has gone into the substrate like that. Okay, and on the surface is the Bhayanak Rasa or Adbhut Rasa. Okay, like that. And later again he will remember when he will tell, oh, earlier I was joking with you as a friend and all. So again he will remember Sakhya Rasa. Yeah. संष्ट्राकरालानि च ते मुखानि दृष्ट्वैव कालानलसन्निभानि दिशो न जाने न लभे च शर्मा प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास.
O Lord of Lords, O refugee of the world, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth in all directions. I am bewildered.
Now he's showing that he is actually bewildered or fearful, like that. So he is addressing Devesha, Jagannivasa, okay, Devesha, Lord of Lords, or refuge of the worlds. Okay, this form is a terrible form. Okay, what all it has that was described earlier, teeth, face, all this what I'm seeing is very, very terrible and it's very fierce. Okay. Yeah. Ami Chatvam धृतराष्ट्रस्य पुत्रा धृतराष्ट्रस्य पुत्राः सर्वे सहैवानि पादसङ्घे भीष्मो द्रोणसुतपुत्रस्तथा असौ सहास्मदीयाः अपि योधमुख्ये वक्त्राणि ते वरमाणं विशन्ति दंष्ट्राकरालानि भयानकानि केचिद्विदग्नाद् दशनान्तरेषु सन्दृश्यते चूर्णितैरुत्तमाङ्गाय.
All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also are rushing into your fearful mouths. And some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth.
Yeah, sticking between your teeth. Okay. Yeah, please read this. 1 minute.
The
Yes,
Lord previously
read.
said, the Lord previously said, see whatever else you desire to see. The
Yeah,
Lord
so if you
meant,
remember earlier, I asked this question, whatever you desire to see in future. Correct, no? So this is the answer, yeah. Please read.
the Lord meant see in my body the future victory and defeat in this war. Now he shows this in 5 verses. All these sons of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, and others, along with the gathering of kings, Avanipal, such as Shalya and Jayadratha, and that son of charioteer Karna, Asausuta Putra, are swiftly entering your mouths. And even those who are famous as undefeatable, like Bhishma, are entering your mouth. Aso used with Sutaputra indicates Karna has held continuous hatred of me, Arjuna. Not only those, but they enter your mouths even with our chief warriors such as Drushtadumna. The ornaments
Okay, this is
so
not required, yeah.
anyone anyone them, some are seen to be stuck between the teeth of that universal form with their heads Uttama Anga crushed. This is what I see.
Yeah, so both the parties he has explained, not only Dhritarashtra and sons, like sons of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana and Bhishma and others, but also their own side who are going to be killed, like the Dhritarashtra and others who will be killed. They are all being seen in the mouth of the Lord, being crushed like that. Okay. Yeah, please read.
Srila Prabhupada's commentary. In the previous verse, Lord promised to show Arjuna things he would be very interested in seeing. Now Arjuna sees that the leaders of the opposite party, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all the sons of Dhritarashtra, and their soldiers and Arjuna's own shoulders are all being annihilated. This is an indication that after the death of nearly all the persons assembled at Kurukshetra, Arjuna will emerge victorious. It is also mentioned here that Bhishma, who is supposed to be unconquerable, will also be smashed. So also Karna, not only will the great warriors of the other party like Bhishma be smashed, but some of the great warriors of Arjuna side also.
Yeah. So what is the difference between these two parties who are on the Arjuna side and then second who are on the opposite side, those who are Karna and all? What is the difference between them? So that is explained in these two verses. So those who are on the Arjuna side, they are like the rivers entering the sea, and those who are opposed, okay, opposite party, let's say that. Okay, opposite party, they are like the moths entering fire. Okay, so there is an exception here. That exception is Bhishma because he is also devotee, as we know. So even though he is on the opposite party, but he is considered as the rivers entering the sea. Okay, he is not like the moth. That will be explained in the next two verses. Okay, so we'll just read the translation and conclude. यथा नदीनां भवो अम्बुवेगा समुद्रमेवाभिमुखा द्रवन्ति तथा तवामि नरलोकवीरा विशन्ति वक्त्राणि अभिविज्वलन्ति. Yes, please read.
As many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two examples are given to describe their entering the mouths in two verses. In the first example, they enter unintentionally without understanding it. In the second example, they enter knowingly.
Yeah. So what are the two examples that will come in the verse? And this is a Baldevi Devotion's commentary. Okay. So one is they enter unintentionally. Where is that? That is mentioned in this verse. So this is unintentional. So that can be to the Arjuna side also. And even Bhishma can be considered. They don't, so we don't say, oh, that river got destroyed, entering the sea. We don't say like that. What one says is moth got destroyed by entering the fire. By its own will, the moth entered the fire. So that's not unintentional. Whereas the river going to sea is natural. So similarly, the devotees entering to the Lord either intentionally or unintentionally for devotees, it's natural like that. Okay. यथा प्रदीप्तं ज्वलनं पतांगा विशन्ति नाशाय समृद्धवेगा तथैव नाशाय विशन्ति लोकाः वापि वक्त्राणि समृद्धवेगा.
I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire.
Yeah. So the same thing explained. There is no commentary. Previous what was told in the previous commentary. We'll stop here and continue tomorrow on the next verse. We'll try to complete this chapter. Not many purports are there, and if possible, we start 12 chapters. Okay. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada present, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Yeah. You have any question, Madhuri?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Those who wish to leave can do. Yeah. Yes, please ask.
Prabhuji, as written in the purport of 26th and 27th verse, Arjuna was able to see that which he was very interested in seeing. What was
Correct.
he actually interested in seeing, Prabhuji? Like in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, he was bewildered and he was too much attached to like people on the opposite party, like Bhishma, Drona. He didn't want to kill them. So here, Lord is trying to show him that see what is happening to them, or is there anything else that Arjuna was interested in seeing?
Yeah, that will come little later also. It will be told that he was not aware whether he will win or lose. Okay, so that in that sense, actually, Lord is showing him that you will win. Don't worry. He didn't ask whether I will win or lose, but he was expressing that I don't know whether I will win or lose. So Lord is showing that you will win. Don't worry. Please fight. So that will be the conclusion of this chapter. You are going to be victorious. Become an instrument. Fight. Okay. So that is the concluding word of this chapter. So that's how it will get concluded. So Lord, yeah, it's not in one sense that Arjuna exactly wanted to see this only, but Lord is understanding his mind and showing that you will win. Basically, the second chapter was telling fight, 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 correct, no, for all reasons. So that only Lord is continuing.
Okay, Prabhuji, because what my understanding was since the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun denied fighting the war because he didn't want to kill his own kinsmen or relatives. That is why he didn't want to fight. So I thought, but in this verse, uh, Krishna is trying to tell him that they are, because Krishna told Arjuna, these people are already dead. So you just take the credit. I have already killed them. So I thought maybe this is the point that Krishna is trying to clarify. But as you said, there were, I mean, can I understand it in a way that there were many, I mean, just say, ek tir se kai nishane wali baat. So is that by showing the universal form, Krishna is answering many questions that have already arisen in the mind of Arjuna or may arise in future also?
Yeah, like that is also understanding. Yeah, like earlier also it was told that Krishna is showing the universal form for many reasons. Yeah, so that in future anybody claims that he is God, so that this is a proof that universal form can be shown by God, and yeah, also to show that how the other party is killed and Arjuna will be victorious. Yeah, there can be many reasons, and to show that how special form of the Lord is there and to please the devatas. So, so many reasons could be there. Yeah. Yeah, all these are possible.
Okay, Ramji. Because
Okay.
I didn't want to assume anything. That is why I raised this question. So if
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in my understanding or if I'm wrong, you can correct me.
No, no, this is right. Yeah, many things could be accomplished by this. Yeah.
And Ramji, one more thing. I registered on that Vital app you said. So there is a request which is pending because on YouTube I did not find last Sunday's class, which I could not attend due to the unavailability of internet in my area. So it is not, the lecture is not yet there on YouTube. So I went to the Vital app. So there is some permission is required and it is saying connect
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Toshan my Prabhu, something it is saying. So please
Oh,
check
yeah,
it.
I think that is, yeah, in office it has to be, they have to give permission.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
yeah, another thing, I think in YouTube it's uploaded, but the sequence is different. What I remember is 25th lecture is placed before 24th. 24th, I assume that it is on Saturday it was. 25th is placed 24th, before 24th. Maybe that's why you didn't find. Let me
Okay,
just check.
because I just checked the last one and it was the class I already attended. So I
Yeah,
thought
yeah. I
maybe.
think 25th is just by mistake placed above 24th.
Okay, I'll try
You can
looking
see.
again,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Very much.